What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we have another cool video for you today. Another cool show. I want to take you on a tour of our newest exhibit, our Civil War exhibit. Our G.I. Joe Civil War exhibit. I want to show you guys some of the coolest G.I. Joes I have in my entire G.I. Joe collection. I mean, from the head sculpts to the clothing, accessories, you name it. These G.I. Joes were beautifully made, well done. And believe it or not, flew well below the radar. I mean, you had to be a diehard G.I. Joe fan to hear about some of these G.I. Joes. Looking at my army of Virginia, G.I. Joe soldier. These figures were club exclusives, G.I. Joe club exclusives, and I purchased these back in 1997. They were extremely expensive back then. You're talking about, for one figure, cost $82. These were not mass-produced figures. These were just for club members, G.I. Joe club members. So you couldn't walk into a Toys R Us at the time, or a Walmart or a Target, and purchase these figures. These figures were just for club members. They were exclusive, very limited too, very limited. I want to say somewhere around maybe the 500 range. You're looking at an Hasbro. It's a online. You only could get this online from the Hasbro.com collectors, HasbroCollectors.com, and this was back in the early 2000s. Look what you got with these sets, though, for these figures. These figures were expensive. I believe that this figure was like somewhere around the $60 range, $60 or $70 range. This is the Johnny Reb Army of Northern Virginia, 1864. Guys, if you're just joining us, we're hanging out in our museum today, and we're doing a video on our newest exhibit, our Civil War exhibit. Let's get you over here. You're looking at our Billy Yank, the Army of Potomac, 1864. These are some of my coolest G.I. Joes I have in my collection. They are layered up from head to toe with accessories, gear, clothing, you name it. Everything was done beautifully. That, and I've never had my entire Civil War collection on the same stage at the same time. So when I find out things like that, it makes me really want to put the video together, because we have over 700 videos. So look at the detail here. Look at that. Yeah, we have over 700 videos. So it's like a lot of our newer subscribers haven't seen some of these figures before. So that's another reason we do the exhibits, to kind of put these figures together. You can see them all in one spot at one time. You may not be able to catch all the videos. So we aim to please, and we're always trying to think outside of the box, trying to be very innovative in our thinking process. Here's one of my favorites, my General Ulysses S. Grant figure. There's a hat back there, map case, map, flag, barrel, table. And once again, you're talking about layered up from head to toe, gear, accessories, the attention to detail in some of these figures. This is a binocular case, if you want to know. It's slung around his shoulder here. But the attention to detail to these figures are just unrivaled. This figure came out in 1998. My General Ulysses S. Grant. It was a timeless collection. You see the old vintage 1960 style hands that they used on the timeless collection figures. I thought that was a nice touch. Beautiful head sculpt. Let's go over here. You're looking at this is our Army of the Potomac, 1861. Overcoats here, beautiful. Bedroll, more pouches, coffee cup. These figures came with stands. Beautifully done head sculpt. Original to this figure right here. This was another club exclusive. Like I said, this is $82 at the time. So these figures are $82 a piece, and that's what I paid for them. Guess what, guys? You can find these guys on eBay now. They did not, surprisingly, they did not, for the most part, didn't hold their price points, the collectability aspect. Some of them did. This one particularly, you could get this guy for about $50, $40 or $50 now. It depends on what condition you're looking for him in. Just like I said, though, the attention to detail, all the gear, his canteen. He's got another satchel that's hanging up, thrown across his shoulders there. Beautiful artwork on the fifth panel. Inside the fifth panel, it tells you the story here. That fateful day. Like I said, these Civil War figures are some of my absolute favorites because of the way they were designed. the time that went into it, to these figures. The little things. There's his coffee cup. Guys, what do you think of our Civil War exhibit? Do you have some of these figures? Do you remember some of these figures? A lot of 12-inch toy lines have the Civil War figures in there, that they showcase. Soldiers of the World did. A few other high-end toy lines brought out some Civil War. It is a pivotal point in U.S. history, our country's history. He's got something like a brochure, manual or something at the base of his feet here of our Robert E. Lee figure. Look at the boots. Binocular case. This was I found this at a Walmart. I don't know if this was exclusively for Walmart. I'm hearing different opinions on that. I believe it was, and then I hear somebody else said it wasn't exclusive to Walmart. Some of these were, though. Beautiful head sculpt. But guys, we just wanted to show you guys our Civil War exhibit and these beautiful figures, and just to kind of give you a understanding of how well made these figures were. And you're talking decades now. I mean, the General Robert E. Lee figures from 1998. You're talking about over 20 years, and they're anything like mass produced like this, to have it this nice. I mean, you got so much with these figures. That's what made me really want these figures, because they were so well made, so well done. Now the Johnny Reb and the Billy Yank figures were not mass produced. There was enough of these guys, but they were limited. So I could understand why these guys would have so much equipment and gear and clothing, because you could afford to do that. Listen, his belt buckle, U.S. belt buckle, is upside down. I don't know if that's a meaning to that or what. We'll check that out. But yeah, these figures are just beautifully done, beautifully made. So a lot of customizers would see this video, and their eyes are gonna get really big, because there's a lot of stuff that they could use, a lot of equipment here that could be used for customizing other action figures and dioramas and things of that nature. figures are heavy too. Extremely heavy. They seldom get out though. I keep these in our main collection room here at the museum. But I seldom look at them. These are fifth panels. I don't like pulling at these fifth panels too much. As you can see, they have the Velcro on them that locks the fifth panel in place. I don't like handling these figures too much though. The boxes, I should say. Guys, I'd like to thank you for hanging out with us today at our museum, checking out our beautiful Civil War exhibit. You know the routine, guys. God bless. And keep collecting.